I love my Nutribullet. It makes me smoothies in the morning, it blends up my soups, it blends up my sauces, it makes me pesto. It's a little powerhouse, I love it. Sometimes I do wonder how much better my meals would be if I had a pro-level blender like a Vitamix. So let's see if it's time for an upgrade. The Vitamix is definitely bigger, definitely heftier, stronger, faster, but the price tag is huge. It can cost as much as $600, and my Nutribullet only costs me about $75. It's still really powerful, but sometimes I do get little lumps in my smoothies. I wanted to see which appliance could handle a really tough recipe, so I called up Rick Martinez.
Hi, I'm Rick Martinez. I am a cookbook author, a video YouTube host, and lover of all things Mexican and Mexico.
It sounds like for you, someone who is a professional chef, that like a $400 to $600 blender is really worth it for you.
For me, it was an essential piece of equipment that, and I would have paid more, to be honest. It's the industry standard to every chef that I've ever worked with in the US.
For someone like me, who loves to cook, but maybe doesn't use a blender every single day, do you think the Vitamix is still worth it, or do you think something like the Nutribullet is sufficient?
My theory is that the Nutribullet will work, given that you're gonna have patience to do it.
Rick suggests we make a mole to test the power of these blenders. Mole is a staple in Mexican cuisine. It's a sauce that combines the sweetness of chocolate with the spiciness of dried chiles. Rick has burnt out his fair share of budget blenders making mole. I'm really hoping I don't burn out my Nutribullet making mole.
The thing about mole is it is kind of like the Iron Man competition for blenders because everything that you could imagine that would be difficult to blend is in the recipe. So you've got nuts, which are obviously hard. You've got seeds, which are hard and small. And you've got vegetables, which are soft on the inside and have like a skin. And the most difficult thing, I think, are the chilies, which, this skin it's leathery, and it's actually difficult to even tear. If a blender can tackle a mole and give you a really beautiful, silky smooth sauce and not burn itself out, it is an amazing blender.
Today, I'm using Rick's mole sencillo recipe. It's a pared down version of a traditional mole recipe. Traditional mole recipes can have over 50 ingredients, really complex flavors. Now it's time to cook. Tomatoes at the ready. Here we go. To keep it fair, I blended each mole for about 3 minutes in each blender. Here's how each one turned out.
Tell me how it went.
I'm really surprised at A, how well the Nutribullet did, and B, how different they actually ended up tasting even though it was the exact same batch of food. You can see tiny little like sesame seed chunks maybe in the Nutribullet one, and the Vitamix one is completely smooth.
Right.
They both tasted good. If I didn't have the other one to compare, I'd probably be really happy with the Nutribullet one, but the Vitamix one was definitely better.
The fact that a Nutribullet made a mole, really, and it looks really, really good is more than you can say for a lot of other blenders out there, so I think that's great.
I will admit, I do understand now why someone would choose to spend $600 on a Vitamix. It made a super silky smooth mole. But so did the Nutribullet. Granted, the Vitamix was able to handle the full recipe in its giant blender cup, and the Nutribullet couldn't. But as a longtime Nutribullet owner, I'm really satisfied with its performance. So I think I'll be sticking with my Nutribullet for now.